Good morning, everyone from Animal Kingdom. Hello, Zach. Hello, Hannah.
Hello.
And hello, Amanda. We're actually waiting on one more. Madison is going to join us today, surprisingly. So it's going to be a fun day. We have a couple of things planned. It is really crowded. It took us an hour and a half just to get into the park today. So that kind of tells you a little bit how it's going to be. But we're still going to have fun. And right now we're just going to wait for my sister to get here. And then I think we're going to Flight of Passage.
My favorite ride ever.
Wow.
And I'm surprised even after riding everything in
Studios. Yeah. That just means you gotta watch the Star Wars to catch up.
Yeah. No. I don't have time to commit my life. Yeah, you do. Oh no.
Going up the stairs. Up these stairs. Up these stairs. Move around a little bit.
Almost. Yes, got him. Now, let's find you your avatar mansions.
Inclinarse hacia adelante agarrando las barras y supervísenlas.
So we're in line, Fastpass line for safaris, and it is crazy. So busy today. But hopefully this won't be too long and we'll get on soon. And then Madison was just telling me that there's a baby zebra. That's pretty cool.
Not named yet.
Not named yet. So we'll have to go and see if we can find them.
We'll have a couple of hippos to the right, got the whole float over to our left-hand side as well. The float's but as you can see, they're also pretty large animals. Usually born anywhere between 50 and 100 pounds. They're considered mature by the age of 3 because of how much they weigh. Now with the mountain zebra, it's often asked are they black with white stripes or white with black stripes? And you can always tell by looking at the nose, since the nose is part of the skin. So for example, those zebras are going to be black with white stripes. But you can see that baby zebra wondering what in the world is going on back here. Maybe how small it is. But it's been married for about a couple of weeks now, still eating used to the area, so of course that's why we cannot stop, because we want it to be comfortable without having to feel threatened. I was getting scared of the adult coming out of the mud right there. Now with those of the giraffe though, even though they do seem pretty long, they contain the same amount of invertebrate as our next two. But don't be too surprised to see a lot of them looking out for some food. But with the elephants, when they're able to find a good food source, that is very beneficial to them, because on average they eat about 500 pounds of food a day. To us, that is the equivalent of eating 5,000 full-size Snickers bars. Two of them still out looking for their food as well. Now every now and then you might see them flap their giant ears. When they do that, they're not trying to show off the size. What they're doing, now I believe the one on the right hand side is a male rhino, and he's just trying to flirt with the female by touching the horns right there. So again, they're just trying to flirt with each other. He's trying to see if she likes him or not, but it looks like that might not be the case at the moment. But as we do these right.
Alright, can you rub it in?
So this is the Fastpass line for Expedition Everest. It's going all the way back to the bridge. It's crazy. It is so busy. I mean, it is President's Day weekend, so that makes a lot of sense. But I don't know when the last time I've been to the parks and it's been this busy. Found the end of the Fastpass line. It's actually... Can I see that face again, Madison? You looked very, like, confused. That's crazy. So I think we're going to wait on that. And maybe go to Dinosaur and see how long it is and see how we're feeling. So we've made it to Dinosaur. And it's a crazy line as well. But we're very close to getting on. And it's been a while since we've done Dinosaur, so I'm pretty excited. Remember last time we done Dinosaur, we were comparing it to Indiana Jones?
That's right. See? Securely locked. Access denied.
Continue.
Of course. We were just talking about seatbelts. Plug them in. Use the side of the vehicle at all times. Flash photography? I wouldn't. It alters the homing signal and that's not good.
Madison, you gonna drive us?
Styracosaurus.
Not our dino.
Warning, meteor shower in range.
Just little one.
Oleoramus.
Abort mission! Abort! Abort!
Iguanodon.
Forget it! Get them out now!
Asteroid impact.
Brace yourself! They're not gonna make it! They're not gonna make it!
Mission accomplished.
You made it! I knew you would, and guess who made it back with you?
You made it!
Before security does. Thanks for everything.
So we're back to get to the Everest Fastpass line. However, it's still in the same spot of where we left it, which is all the way on the bridge. This is crazy. But we're just gonna wait because we might leave the park after this.
That's why I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad.
With interest. Was it just today or has it been?
It was. Remember to give me stuff.
What is that? There seems to be no track. Did we all make it in one piece? Barely. Barely. Alright, look at that. Alright, so I think that's it for our day in Animal Kingdom. It was a little short. We got a lot of things done, but it is just so crazy. You can barely walk in the park, and you can't walk onto anything other than stuff to be a bug. So we're headed out now. We hope you enjoyed this little mini vacation with Zach and Hannah. We're so glad that they came down and spent some time with us. And then Madison joined us today, which was a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching all 3 vlogs from Zach. When Zach and Hannah came to Disney World with us, we had such a great time, and we kind of wanted to end it on kind of like our thoughts, our reviews.
Yeah, like a recap of the whole trip.
So we're here live at Disney. As you can see, we're in Galaxy's Edge. And we got Zach and Hannah, who is on this side. Zach and Hannah with us at Galaxy's Edge as well. That's the nighttime version. Are you guys in Disney World? We're in California Adventure, or Disneyland California?
We're in Florida. You're in
Florida. Okay, that would make sense. The time zone difference. Yeah. So we honestly had a fantastic trip. We'll start out with the kind of details about this trip. We had it during Valentine's Day weekend. Of this 2020. It was also President's Day weekend, which means a little bit of crowds.
Yeah, they weren't too bad though.
Yeah. So first off, let's just start with this. Like, Zach, Hannah, what was your overall thoughts on like the entire vacation that we had?
It was a roller coaster of emotions. Literally to the finish, to the very end. But overall, it was a really good trip.
It was much needed. You know, time with you guys, but time to relax too and just be a part of the family. And we had a lot of fun. It was a roller coaster of emotions, so from start to finish.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start with our first day. So a little bit of recap. If you haven't watched all 3 videos now, you might want to go back and watch it because we're going to talk a little bit about what we did. So the first day was Valentine's Day, and we went to Magic Kingdom early in the morning. So you guys had a flight down here, and your flight was like an hour and a half, right? Not too bad?
Yeah, we flew down, Thursday night? Yeah.
Thursday night, so the night before. So we started our first day at Magic Kingdom. We got there pretty early in the morning. It wasn't rope drop early, but I think a little bit after, yeah. So we had a great time. Lines weren't that bad.
No.
I think Valentine's Day was kind of the least crowded day out of that.
Yeah, we had a few fast passes though.
Yeah, but like Zach and Hannah, like what did you think being there on Valentine's Day? Like, what did you kind of expect for the crowd, and like, yeah, how was it?
You want to go first?
Yeah. I heard horror stories that it was just gonna be the worst day at the park ever. That it was gonna be so busy, and that was like the one day everyone proposes, and like the one place everyone proposes, like especially Magic Kingdom. So I think I was prepared for the worst, and was pleasantly surprised. I know we did have fast passes, but it seemed to have gone by really fast. So I don't think I noticed the crowds as much.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be much worse than it actually was. Before, I just assumed it was going to be a very busy weekend, and it still was busy towards the end. But it wasn't nearly what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be super long lines. Honestly, I thought it was going to be similar to Midsummer, those July trips that we used to take. That's what kind of worry about that.
Where you waited for like an hour just for Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd like to know one proposal, and I'm bitter about it.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't see one.
No.
Usually there's a lot of times where we just go to Magic Kingdom and we just see them randomly.
I end up seeing a lot for some reason.
Yeah. It's kind of.
I think I'm looking for them. I think when I walk down Main Street, I'm like, you popping out a ring?
And here I am going Splash Mountain or Space Mountain. So I guess different thoughts going through the parks. I think overall the park wasn't that bad. We did get fast passes for a couple things early, and if I remember correctly, I think we got one for Haunted Mansion. I don't remember. If you watch this video, you just saw. But overall, I thought that the day at Magic Kingdom was good. Nice.
The one thing we didn't do that like Hannah and I really talked hardcore about like doing a lot of Valentine's stuff, and we did nothing. We didn't use any of the photo opportunities. We didn't get any of the cupcakes or any of the treats. There was like not as many treats as I was hoping for. I think in the past few years they had some more treats, but they had like a cupcake at Starbucks. We didn't get that, and we didn't take any of the photo ops. So
you would never. It was Valentine's Day, except for the fact that the boys matched and Amanda. We even matched our partner or significant other. We matched. The girls matched, the boys matched.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun though. I mean, we did find some photo opportunities.
Yeah, we took some cute pictures.
I just remember we went to Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
That was so much fun
that was fun.
Yeah.
I never thought I would spend so much time on Tom Sawyer's Island, but like we had so much fun. We were talking about it like just a few days ago. We were saying we don't think it would have been as much fun if it were just the two of us, because having like more people there and more people to explore and more personalities was a lot of fun.
Yeah. There was like that we start off going into the caves.
They were so scary.
Amanda and I were the brave explorers. You guys just
the bravest. We were the bravest. We went in together. We linked arm in arm, and then that ended as soon as we entered because it was really tight.
Yeah.
I had to channel my inner golem.
Oh yeah, hit on some rods.
I hit a lot of rods.
I'm pretty sure on the video. As I said, there's at least 2 or 3 spots on the video where you pop out and you're like, then you did the whole don't fall asleep a couple of times.
Oh yeah,
that was really good. And then we also went to the fort on Tom Sawyer Island, which was fun.
That was cool.
Kid me was screaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went and did the fort on Tom Sawyer's Island. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
I think exploring that, getting to play with the guns up there.
Yeah.
Zach?
I'm honestly surprised they still have those guns there. I really am.
And they still work. Like I mean, like not work, but like the pew pew sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that they have that there because it was just so cool, and it has a little exit underneath too.
Yeah.
The exit tunnel.
That exit tunnel, like. It scared me. It was really, really tight.
In the video, you see Amanda at the end going, we're behind Haunted Mansion. I said, yeah. She's like, the Big Thunder was right there. I said, yeah. So it's very confusing.
Yeah.
You get under those tunnels and you kind of get lost.
Yeah, it's really tight.
Yeah. So I think that was for me for the early morning in Magic. That was my highlight.
Yeah.
I think mine was Big Thunder Mountain at OSA.
I will say one thing.
We actually waited for Big Thunder.
Yeah, we waited like 20 minutes.
But it wasn't
maybe?
really bad.
No, not bad at all.
I was very disappointed that they didn't have the little barrel bridge.
Yeah,
that was
the
cool.
barrel bridge.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that you guys have seen a lot of cuts in the videos. We are surprisingly in our own houses in Florida and Tennessee, respectively. And we had Maui running around making lots of noise. I have Atlas at Zach and Hannah's place making a lot of noise moving around. So
Walking past the camera.
yeah, I think there will definitely be a blooper reel at
There
the
has
end.
to be.
The blue bag private cars just went across.
Exactly, just like that. So thank you for staying with us and watching this as we are having a little bit of difficulty. But so later on the day, we finished Magic Kingdom around 1 or 2 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And then we went back home to get changed because we had dinner at Paddlefish, Disney Springs. You have been talking about that since we were discussing it earlier today again, and you were going on, so I'll let you talk a little more.
My food was so good, and I overstuffed myself, and it was like the worst experience, but the best experience, and I would do it again for my food.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I think for me, the food was better than what I expected. I had it was like some kind of crab dish. Yeah, seafood bowl. So I had snow crab, I had cornbread, potatoes, corn on the cob, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was fantastic. And the price on that was really good as well.
Right. Yeah, it was good.
Back in Denver.
Mitch, I think we left Disney a little later than 1 because, as I recall, it was 3:30 and we still weren't home yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it was.
Because Amanda and I were like, we're going to do our hair, we're going to do our makeup, we're going to be all pretty. And it's 3:30. Our reservation was at 4:30. I'm like, we'll be home in time.
Yeah.
We get home at 4. I'm like, oh, fun. Like, how are we going to get ready in time?
But we did it.
You did.
We did.
Well, it wasn't in time.
What?
It wasn't on time.
Yeah, we got there, what?
Half hour late. But we still got in really quickly, which was nice.
Yeah.
It was really, the line was out the door for it. What did we have? I had the lobster bisque soup.
Really good.
Oh my gosh, I would get that again. It was probably the best lobster bisque I've ever had. When would you get to start? Anything?
Clam chowder. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had clam chowder.
Clam chowder, and that was so good.
And then we shared the crab stuffed French fries, or not, maybe not stuffed, but we thought we were just gonna get fries, like a little bit of crab meat, whatever. It had the biggest chunks of crab meat on it ever, and it had like a aioli sauce on it. Which, if we did it again, I would get that on the side because that was really sweet. Ooh, I disappeared. So I wouldn't do that on top again, but it was really filling, and we shared it, and it was an appetizer, and oh no.
There you go.
It was an appetizer, and we had leftovers, so it was portion size was amazing, especially for price.
Yeah, but, I mean, the fries were really good, but yeah, that sauce was very heavy and way too much.
Really creamy.
Yeah, I ate so much of it, and then it's just too much at that point. But it was really good.
What did you guys think of the service that we had there?
It was good.
Great. We had great service.
Oh yeah, we did. And this is the first time we ever bought a bottle of wine at dinner at class, so watch out for us.
No, we're all adults now.
I know, it's the most adult thing I've ever done. I will say the seating is very close for comfort.
Yeah, the seating
was really tight.
Depending on when you go, and it could have been because we were there on Valentine's Day night and it was busy, but we were basically sharing a table with 2 other families. So
yeah, we couldn't get, I couldn't get out from my side of the table without putting my backside on their table. And I guess it was the same with you guys on your side. We were really tight.
Yeah. When we were in that half table, half booth setting too, so
yeah.
It wasn't all like that, but we were definitely family style that night.
Yeah, seriously. It was really good though. I would go there again. It was expensive.
Yeah, It is more
But
expensive.
like, I think it was kind of worth it. Like, I never really hear many people talk about paddlefish, and I think that's why it intrigued me so much. But like, the setting is really cool. Like, you're on that big like paddle boat. I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And again, I think the food was better than what I expected, and it was very fresh for seafood.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, we'd definitely go back.
Yeah.
So after Paddlefish, we were headed to Magic Kingdom. We went to see if we could get a bus at Disney Springs all the way to Magic Kingdom, and they did not have any buses running. So then we decided to drive, which took a little bit more time than we thought it was going to.
Yeah, just because you have to go to the TTC.
Yeah, so we went to the TTC to park. We took a boat over. I mean, we were rushing into Magic Kingdom because we wanted to see Happily Ever After, which was Hannah's very first time. And as soon as we got in the park, it started raining.
It did.
So, Hannah.
Listen, first of all, thank you to everybody who stood in the rain to watch the fire. But I'm standing this whole time thinking, oh my gosh, it's not even raining that bad. Like, these people are being ridiculous, not realizing that Zach was standing over me being an umbrella. So I really was getting wet because he was soaking wet. But it was beautiful. I mean, okay, first of all, we rush into the park barely, like, as it's starting. We get separated, so everyone's like scrambled. We find a spot, we communicate, perfect view in the middle of Main Street, you know, towards the end where the little loop is. That's so not geographically correct, but and that was the perfect spot. I don't think we could have gotten a better spot for showing up as late as we did.
Yeah.
And
that's like my favorite spot to be for Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
So it's at the end of Main Street in between the ice cream parlor and Casey's.
Yeah, such a good spot.
Yeah, it was really good. And like, since it was raining, it kind of like went to our advantage because everyone was standing on the sides of Main Street under the awnings, and like the middle was empty. So we were like, all right, well, let's just go there. We're already wet, so what's the difference?
That was nice. We got there, I believe, maybe 7 minutes to spare before it started. So it was really, really late.
Yeah, and I even ran in to go to the bathroom, and then we came to find Zach
That's
and Hannah.
true. Yeah.
And, like, we were still able to find them. We didn't push in front of anyone or anything.
Yeah. So, Hannah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was perfect because we had that walkway right in front of us where they wouldn't let anyone else stand.
Yeah,
that's right. We did have that.
Right, you know, super close to us. I mean, there was like that gap, so it was really nice to have that.
It was really good.
So, Hannah, was it worth it rushing into Magic Kingdom? Like, all that rushing we did, running in, and it pouring rain just to see Happily Ever After?
Listen, I've never been a fireworks person. I never, but like, ooh, I cried.
You sure that wasn't the rain?
I'm last off was, but according to me, it wasn't raining that hard because I was.
Or maybe it was Zach's tears dropping down.
Zach's just dripping from his hair onto me.
I literally was.
I mean, it was beautiful, and I think it's something that everyone has to see. I would see it every time we go, but definitely once. It was worth it, and it meant. I think it meant more to me that you guys were willing to stand in the rain, according to Zach, the pouring down rain, so that I could witness that for the first time. That was pretty special. You're so sweet.
It was like a really cool experience because like we got to see it with you for your first time, and like it was Valentine's Day, and like it was just like fun and funny, and like none of us really care about the rain. Like whatever.
Whatever.
I don't know. So it was fun. I enjoyed it. We had a really good view, and like it was a really good time. It's something you don't like do a whole lot, like run around and like get to do that stuff last minute.
Yeah. And then and then to end the night, we did Space Mountain, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
You got a good photo. You have to see the vlog if you missed it. It's the very first video. We had a great time, and the picture just topped. It was just
good.
the top. It was cherry on top.
It's a nice idea.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due. It was yeah, because Amanda and I were like, "What should we do?" And we figured it out.
I feel like I said something.
You probably said something, but I don't know.
I gave them that.
You probably said the word something, and that was it.
So our first day at Magic Kingdom, long story short, it was a lot of fun. It was a great time, really refreshing to go back with you guys and just experience it together. So our second day was something that Amanda and I look forward to for like over a month.
Yeah.
So what did we do?
So, Zach, how did you find out that you were going to Galaxy's Edge?
In the most surprising way possible. So when we were opening Valentine's Day presents after me and Mitch had just got back from getting the girls some flowers, you all mentioned you had a present for us and gave us a card. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, they got us a card and it was Yoda themed. And I was like, that's awesome that they got that. And then I kind of felt bad. And then I was opening it and kind of looked at it.
Well, wait a minute. Tell the story. I was like, we're going where?
Yeah, Hannah was kind of confused. And so was I because my brain wouldn't really process the fact of what it actually. I was like, "Go to what? We're doing what? Why did they write that there?" And I was like, it just hit me like lightning. And I think about the same time Hannah had realized it too.
I realized it based off of your expression because I still was no idea what was going on.
I mean, it was just. It was the biggest surprise. It's like a surprise when you're a kid.
You didn't even know. You still don't even know what to say. Yeah, you're just like,
I was speaking when I opened it and was able to comprehend it.
Yeah, so we told Zach and Hannah before they came down that we weren't going to be able to go to Hollywood Studios because we were blocked out. Long story short, we got tickets available to us so we could all go together. And so we thought we'd surprise Zach and Hannah with the trip, and that's how we did it, which I'm glad it turned out to be a really big surprise. But Zach's right. Like, he read the card, he kind of read it, he's like, oh.
He was like,
he's just, okay, and then, like, he's like, I saw Zach's mouth drop, he's like, what?
Do you know what my favorite Zach reaction is the oh wow.
Oh wow.
And I was hoping we did oh wow after that.
So that morning, we got up super early to go and get to Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Because to do Rise of the Resistance, you have to get a boarding pass, and you want to try to get to the park as early as you can. That way you don't miss out on an opportunity.
Hannah was a trooper. We did great.
I survived. I don't think I spoke for like the first hour and a half of being there. I don't do morning well.
So what was your guys' thoughts on the whole boarding pass situation for Rise of the Resistance?
You mean our situation or just in general?
We'll give your overall first.
Yeah, like your overall, and then we could talk about the situation we had.
Can we get first?
I mean, I don't know, I guess I don't have too much to say about it. I think when it does work, I think it's a good method. But I don't have enough experience, I think, with Disney and their ticketing processes to really understand if that's a super, working way to give out passes. I'm not 100% sure.
So, I mean, I didn't mind it. I liked it for the most part. It's just a lot like a Fastpass, but more of a risk to it. And obviously a lot longer. But, I mean, I think it's the best system that can come up with at the moment. And it keeps the crowd, lets you do other things. You can go another, you want to wait.
Yeah, because there's a chance that if it didn't have the virtual queue, then you could be waiting in the line for 4, 5, 6 hours, which way day in the park.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is very competitive to get a boarding pass. Yeah. And what happened?
We didn't get one.
Yeah. We got there, and we're so excited. I'm like, Zach, you're going to love Rise of the Resistance. It's going to be so great. Awesome.
We got there early. We, tried to follow all the tricks on the phone. We were, in the crowd for Galaxy's Edge, but, we didn't have the phone open, too early. We opened it up on time. Basically, what happened was Mitchell wasn't showing on his own account, and I wasn't showing on his account, and then I wasn't showing on my account, and Mitchell wasn't showing on my account. So just our guest passes were. So that was a problem because we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
But we ended up going to the guest experience team, and they ended up fixing it for us, and so we got a boarding pass.
Yeah.
In the end, which it all worked out well. We got a boarding pass, but was
A little
sort of
crazy.
glitchy, and it was our first time having a glitch. So Mitchell really didn't know how to handle it. I was like, just please go to the guest experience team. Just go.
At least I didn't act like that. The kid who punched the wall behind us.
Oh,
Because his mom booked it for 4 random people on their guest list instead of their actual family, and he was like, "What?"
I really don't know what became of that situation. If they went and got it fixed, or
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Curious.
I'm sure it happens a lot.
Yeah.
It's very high stress,
Yeah.
especially
It
in the area for like Galaxy's Edge, like waiting to get in, because everyone there obviously loves Star Wars, like more than the other people who are going to Toy Story Land. Like we want to get into the land first.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty high stress.
and then let's not forget about the kids behind us.
Oh, I got hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a like full on lightsaber battle. Like,
And then
No,
it
it's a fist fight, basically.
Yep.
One guy, I think, pushed, and then they hit him back with the lightsaber. Like,
Yeah. Yep, that's what it was. They pushed it and he went, wham!
And I'm supposed to be in the happiest place on earth. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just got hit with a lightsaber. I'm not doing well.
So, well, this comes up to next week. We get we get our boarding pass.
Mhm.
We go to Ogas Cantina. What was your experience at Ogas? Because there's one story that we love to tell.
Do you want me to tell?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Hey, well, I have a severe allergy to citric acid, so, pineapple, lemon, lime, all of that. And the drink they really wanted us to try, the Fuzzy Tauntaun, I read it over. I'm like, there's kind of some stuff in it that I could have a reaction to, so I'll just have like a tiny sip of it and just kind of go from there. And they're like, okay, cool. So we get it, and they're like, try it. And so I take my first little sip of it, and I start internally panicking, and I'm trying to figure out how Zach's going to stab me in the leg with my EpiPen in front of his poor family sharing a table with us because I'm having an allergic reaction. My lips go numb, I can't feel anything, and everyone's laughing at me. And I put my mouth, and I'm like, I don't feel like this isn't good. And they're like, no, it's supposed to happen. I'm like, oh, I thought I was dying. Everyone's laughing at my expense, and I'm thinking, this is it. I'm going to drop my pants right here and to get stabbed.
So great.
But get the drink, it's right. It's really good.
It was
tasted really good.
It's a really good drink.
It has a good flavor to it, like besides the foam on the top. Like the drink is actually really fruity and delicious.
Yeah.
All the drinks that.
Yeah, they were really good.
We did have a lot of.
Good. The Jedi Mind Trick that I got was really good. The beer you got was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had a Bespin Fizz. I had the one that tastes like cranberry.
Yeah.
That was
yeah. You and Hannah got the same.
Yeah.
Would you go back? And would you guys go back to Ogas?
Absolutely,
Yes.
100%.
Is that like a must do for you?
It is. Yes. At this point, it is a must do. If we're going to Galaxy's Edge, I'd need to go there.
Demanding things. We need to go there.
Man.
It is necessary.
No, it was a great, and just with the atmosphere, like,
yes,
everybody just plays their part so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really makes you feel submerged in this hole in the wall, dirty cantina.
And just everyone there, like all the other guests and everything, they're there to have a good time, and they understand it, and everyone just seems to be on the same wavelength there.
Yeah.
I think that brings up a great question, Zach. So we'll start with you because you're kind of continuing off this. What was your thoughts of like Galaxy's Edge in total? Like everything we did in total, the land, the look, the feel, coming from a Star Wars fan, because you're a really big fan of Star Wars. So how was that? Like, tell us your experience and your thoughts.
It was very immersive. That's as close as you can get to feeling like you're part of it or, in the movie. I wish we could have done a little more exploring. We were in a rush for a lot of the time. Even though we were waiting for our boarding pass, we were still trying to get so much done. I wish we could have done a few more things, like use the app, I know there's a few things you can do on there, but it was just so immersive, and there's constantly, interactions with the characters. Stormtroopers, Kylo Ren, Imperial officers or First Order officers. So I thought that was really cool. I mean, there's always something going on. It's not just quiet at any point, really. So I loved it. I thought it was just super immersive.
I think he was. Oh wow!
Oh wow! So Hannah, for you not knowing much about, a little bit of some info. Hannah watched what was it? Last Jedi? Not Last Jedi, but Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
We all watched it together. That was like your first one you paid attention to, or the first one you ever saw?
The first one I've ever seen.
Okay, so she at least knew of the characters, but that's the only one she's ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So not really being much of a Star Wars fan. What was it like walking into it? Were you immersed? Did you feel like you were in Disney? Tell us about your thoughts on it.
So I guess not knowing a ton about Star Wars. I mean, I know a little bit here and there, and definitely seeing the last movie gave me a better idea of what was going on. I at least knew who most of the people walking around were. I just have a lot of appreciation for the detail and the thought processes that went into building this land. Like you leave Disney and you go into this land where you wouldn't know that you were in Disney until you walk out of it and all of a sudden you see the Muppets. Like you forget, and I think it's because it's kind of overwhelming. Like there is just so much to look at. Like you could probably be there 15 times and see something new every time you go because there's just so much to take in.
Or the sounds.
And the sounds and everything. It's just, it does take you away from Disney. You don't realize that you're there because you're so consumed in everything going on. So I could appreciate it. And I think watching him experience it was even better for me. Like if I would have went there not with someone that loved Star Wars as much as he does, I've been like, wow, cool. But to see how much he enjoyed it and how much he loved it, he was like a kid in a candy shop. So I think that was even that much more special for me to witness him experience it and the joy that he got from it, because I contemplated letting him build a lightsaber. And for what? We would have had to go on a plane. We can't get that on the plane. So that's what the land does to you. It gets you. It sucks you in.
Yeah. Don't worry, the lightsaber will come soon.
To be continued.
So now the most important.
And 8, those breakfast wraps.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Oh, the Ronto wraps. Oh,
yeah.
The Ronto wraps were
point.
so good.
It was the first time we had the breakfast Ronto wraps.
It was the first time we ever had a Ronto wrap.
Oh yeah, true.
In general, and it was so good.
We are hooked.
Simple but good.
It was so good.
So good.
I don't know, but I was just floored with the detail in that place. I think I was having that conversation with Mitch. I'm like, who thought of this? Who thought of what a rom-com was, and who thought this is what we're gonna do? You know that home? Oh,
Says the Star Wars fan to a non-Star Wars fan.
I know, it's so aggressive. But yeah, I just was floored with the detail and just that someone thought this is what we're gonna sell at this restaurant, and this is what it's gonna look like, this is what it's gonna be called, and this is how we're gonna show people this is what it's made out of, and I was just blown away.
Yeah, it's really cool. So talking about cool Star Wars things, what about Rise of the Resistance? What did you guys think of the ride as a whole? And there will probably be spoilers, so if you don't want to hear about it, skip this.
But then again, if you didn't want to be spoiled, you shouldn't have watched the second part, but good thing.
You mean when Mitch and that crashed our vehicle? Was that was not a ride. That was on.
That was Falcon.
Falcon. They did crash the.
We'll first start with Falcon. Zach crashed the Falcon. Zach was the up and down time. You can't have more control than that.
We pushed our buttons and we were good gunners.
Zach also screamed hyperspeed to indoor, so we didn't know what planet we were going to. Or light speed, sorry. Thank you, Zach.
I got where we needed to be. And didn't crash us like you did.
Yeah.
And we just had these overzealous engineers behind us.
Oh, yeah.
I briefly glanced back in spite of everything being overwhelming. And she's like, what button do I press? And she's like that kid in the elevator that you hate to ride with. And she's just like swiping down the buttons and like hoping they disappear. I was like, I don't know about it. I don't know what you need to be pressing.
What did you guys think of the Falcon overall? Like, that type of experience?
So much detail was put into it. As a ride itself, if it wasn't for the Star Wars theme, I'll be honest, it would be a mediocre.
What about the part where you transfer? Oh, is that on ride?
That's fine. That's not Yeah, if it didn't have the Star Wars theme, I'll admit it probably would be a somewhat mediocre ride. But just the detail put into it and the story behind it, how it just immerses you completely, just makes it 100 times better.
Yeah.
So it's a great ride.
But like, it is a motion simulator, and like I love the ride because I love Star Wars, and like it's a cool ride, but like I could see how like some people wouldn't really be that big of a fan of it. I
could too. Like when you compare it to Flight of Passage, even though you might not be a big fan of Flight of Passage, you get more of an interest in. I don't know. They are somewhat comparable. I think. But if you, I don't know, just the Falcon theme,
like 4D. I mean, you're getting I guess touch if you include like the wind blowing on you and everything.
Plus, it's like a different like ride, like vehicle. Like you sit so different. It's so unique.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah,
it's a great ride.
Yeah.
So the big ride, Rise of the Resistance.
Favorite. Oh boy, I mean I don't even know where to start. I was getting anxious for it. Well, partly because what you were telling me, and you're getting me really hyped up for it. You're going through those tunnels, waiting to get on it, and you're seeing little things here and there that just, piece together the setting for it and set it up real well. And then, that first pre-show, and it's like it just goes up and up and up and keeps getting better and better with each moment. And I mean, like you've told us, it's not really a ride, it's an experience. There's so much. You're basically being put in the story. I mean, not basically, you are being put in the story. Like, the cast members get into it. I love that about it. The attention to detail of everything, making it feel, I mean, like when you get in the transport vehicle and you get out the same side you got in, and it's like, it's a very little thing, very minor, that a lot of people wouldn't realize, but the ones who do, it's like, how do they do that, It's like, they thought of everything.
Yeah.
So it's...
Hannah?
Again, I have a lot of appreciation for it. It's not my favorite ride just because I'm biased and the Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride, but
you changed the date.
No, it's not. That's my favorite sit-down ride. This is a sit-down ride. And I will say, watching that last movie, I definitely knew what was going on in the ride. I would have been completely lost and probably had less appreciation for it had I have not seen that last movie, because I really would not have known what was going on. But coming from someone that really has no idea what's going on, I don't think that matters. Like, I know who, stormtroopers are and things like that. So the overall feel of it, and it's just like a high energy ride. Like, you don't know what's coming around the next turn or the next corner. And so it's just constantly like you're on your toes. You have such an adrenaline rush going into this, because I think they set the scene so well of the urgency of what's going on. So you feel that through the whole ride till the very end.
Yeah.
And I think that's something those are things I appreciate, not necessarily the big cool Star Wars ride, but the environment in which they've created for that ride.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about like that whole experience is how like urgent it is. Like we've been on it like 4 or 5 times already, but like every single time, like my heart rate goes up. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. Like it's so exciting, like every single time, because you also get different cast members every time. You get different First Order cast members, you get different Resistance ones, and like they'll all act different. So it is kind of like you're getting captured a different time every single time.
Yeah, it does like a different story.
Yeah.
I think for me, so that's where I spent most of my time when I was at Test and Just, and I absolutely love the ride. For me, it's just the whole different feel. It doesn't feel like a Disney ride, and not in a bad way. It feels like something that's never been created before.
But also the pre-shows, like I feel like I'm still like I'm not tired of them yet.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really ready to like skip it yet. Like I enjoy the pre-shows because I feel like the first time like you're there but you're not really listening because you're so overwhelmed. And then like every time you go in, you like listen more to what's going on and you see more of what's happening, and then like you really realize like how immersive it is and how much detail they put into it.
I like Flight of Passage and Fly.
Yeah, it's almost like an instant. I mean, I would describe it this way. It's an instant classic.
Yeah.
Like it's just like with the Haunted Mansion. Like I never get sick of the pre-show for that. I love it every single time, and I listen to it intently every single time. I mean, you know, we've wrote it out of, I couldn't tell you how many times, and it's never gotten old. And it's the same. I feel like it'll be the same with Rise. I don't think I'll ever get sick of, you know, Halloran coming up and shaking the room and on the side, which again, so cool with all the special effects and everything. Like they did such a great job with it.
Yeah,
you did a great job, Mitchell.
Thank you. It's very hard. So after we did Rise of Resistance and all that, we went to Epcot. It was Festival of the Arts. It was the first time going to Festival of the Arts.
How did we get to Epcot?
Oh yeah, that's a great point. We took the Skyliner. And that's Amanda and I's probably our favorite transportation at the moment.
Easily.
Love it. What did you guys think about Skyliner?
I loved it. I mean, it's something new, much needed as well. I mean, a lot of those places needed an extra transportation method. It feels good. I mean, that breeze it just feels good. It's so peaceful being up there. I mean, even if you have a fear of heights, like it's still, I imagine it still wouldn't be a big issue for a lot of people. They kind of pack you in there sometimes, so that can be an issue. But other than that, I give it high praise. It was really nice.
It's also really smooth sailing. Like for something that could appear so chaotic, like there's so many signs that like the transfer place and the lines move so quick, and I think that relates to them packing you in sometimes, but I don't think we waited more than 10 minutes for one in the whole process of it, and there were some long lines.
There were long lines.
Yeah.
I mean, they hold 10 people per cabin, so that's pretty cool. I think if the lines are shorter, they sort of let you have your own, but it wasn't too bad.
What was your guys' thoughts on Festival of the Arts? I mean, we kind of rushed through it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
okay, first of all, the Brie Bowl. Let's just talk about that.
Oh, so good.
So good. Would get it again and would not share next time.
Seriously.
Rude that I even had to. What? I bought it.
I don't want to share with you either.
I bought it.
I basically ate our whole thing.
Yeah, Amanda did.
And I'm trying to briefly remember, running through, because you're right, we went through it really fast.
I don't even remember what we got, to be honest.
I know one time we got to Germany, we had the beef tips.
Oh, yeah.
Which were really good.
Yeah.
They were lovely.
I wasn't going to get that, and then I was like, good.
Yeah.
Got it, and it was really good.
And then we all shared that donut that was bigger than our face.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so I guess, I don't know, I don't remember enough about Epcot as a child, and my past time being there was a blurred, one could say. So this was, I guess, my first time experiencing the Festival of the Arts, so I wouldn't know any different as far as like what they serve for food, or if that was like specialty, or if the donuts bigger than my head are always there. But I enjoyed it. what little that we did there was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
What'd you think, Zach?
Yeah, I loved it. I always love the little things that they do at Epcot throughout the seasons. Like I said, the beef tips were so good.
They were so good.
Those weren't beef tips; they were short ribs.
Short rib. That's
Short
it,
ribs, yeah. They were short ribs. You're right.
yeah, they were amazing. The brie roll was so good. If I had those together at the same time, that would have been an absolute feast.
The feast of many.
Yeah.
Then did we get any drinks? I think you got a drink.
Amanda
Yeah.
got her.
I got the glittery
Glitter.
beer.
Yeah,
It was good.
Did we get the drink?
I can't really remember.
I don't think we
split.
did.
We split something. I think we did. Because we tried to get the
that
wine in Italy that we got last time we were there, but they changed the brand, and I'm very disappointed in that.
Yeah, we're still trying to find that on the outside. No luck.
After Epcot, we went back to Studios. To give you the quick version of it, we ran into Studios, ran to Woody's Lunchbox, grabbed a couple of items there.
Star Tours.
Did we do Star
We
Tours?
did Star Tours because we wanted to try to get the last scene.
You're right.
The newest scene, and then we didn't get it because they unlocked it, unknowing to all of us. And then we ran to Woody's Lunchbox. We did a mobile order. We got that. I had the grilled cheese.
I had the potato barrels, the chili, and all that. It was so good.
Yeah.
And then we rushed to what we surprised Zach and Hannah with again, which was VIP seating for the fireworks. So we had really good spots.
Yeah.
And we won't go into too much detail because, I mean, VIP spots are pretty good. We were up really close, right?
We were up on the riser.
It was great, yeah. So that was our day at Hollywood Studios. A lot of fun, a lot of adventure. The next day, of course, is what this video is on. We went to Animal Kingdom. Kind of a little bit of a shorter day. We
it was
came
pretty
home.
brief.
Yeah, but overall, I think the trip was amazing. We had a really great time.
We had a really good time.
It was so much fun, like spending it with family, and especially you guys, because like I think we took our bonding to a new level.
Sure did.
After this trip.
But like, what I liked about it the most is that we did so many different things, like the short trip in Animal Kingdom and the short trip to Epcot, and then like doing Tom Sawyer's Island. We spent like probably an hour or more over there easily.
Yeah.
But like it was so different. It was just a lot of fun. I like always have a good time like seeing Disney through like a different way because we go to it so much.
Yeah, I agree. Do you guys have any? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was gonna say even as someone who goes, once a year and doesn't live down there, it was nice for me too because we get so into the same schedule. Every single year we do the same thing. It might differ a little bit, but we got to do so many new things and things different, and it's nice to change it up. It really is. It's refreshing.
Well, and it was still, my first vacation, the family vacation. Everything was so back to back to back because of all the Fastpass, which was really grateful for. And then this time it moved a lot. It moved fast as well, but it was taking that hour to just pop over to Tom Sawyer's Island, and we all just acted like a child, which that I think we all really needed. And it wasn't like, what do we have to rush to next? It was, we honestly lost track of time because we were playing with fake guns in the rain and trying to find these little kids that were also on the little fort part. So I think, the trip was so needed.
It was.
And it got
really good.
What are your final thoughts? You want to say anything else that we might have missed during the vacation?
I can't really think of anything.
I think I would do more of the mini vacations than I would prefer for like a whole week, because it gives you something to look forward to. In a week you have, you literally do everything, but I'd rather do more short trips like this and like each time do something big. Like, you know, this past time we did Galaxy's Edge, and although from what I've learned from this video, I'm going to be doing that every time.
Yes, you will.
It's just, I enjoy that better. I enjoy the spurts of the long energy. You know, you're so exhausted by, you know, day 4 of a week-long vacation, and you know, your feet don't hurt when you're only there for 4 days because you're not wanting as much.
That's not true. My feet still hurt.
I think it's like sort of like you think, oh, well, I have a whole week here, so like I can take my time and do whatever I need to do. But I think you end up spending more time like stressing about like, oh, you have to get this done in a week. But with a short trip, you're like, well, I only have 2 days and I'm not going to get everything done, so I'm just going to enjoy the time that I have to do whatever we do.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think when the 4 of us are together, we get in this bond,
This synced up
communication even, and where it's just like, it's almost like the rest of the world does not exist, and it's just the 4 of us in Disney.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
like even like on the outside of Disney, like if we're just at the apartment, it's just this bond where like I think, you know, we just laugh at all the same things, no matter how weird they are or what they are. That it just makes everything so fluid and comfortable, and then you realize 3 or 4 days have gone by, and you're like, what happened? You know, where did it go?
But you guys got an extra day with us.
We did.
Yeah.
That was, talk about roller coaster from start to finish. Poor Mitchell drove us all the way to the airport, an hour and a half. And
we're a little over now. Not bad.
We had gotten notifications earlier in the day that our flight was delayed. And as soon as we got to the airport, because it got pushed back to like, what, 10:30?
Yeah, I think so.
We get to the airport. As soon as we get out of the car, we get a notification our flight's delayed till midnight. And so Mitchell was graciously enough to wait for us and not just leave us at the airport. We went in and talked to the front desk, and we basically told them, like, hey, you know, we just want to know, it's been delayed 4 times now. Like, can you guarantee our plane's going to come today? She's like, no. It hadn't even showed up on their end yet that it was delayed till midnight. We got the notification before the airport even got the notification. So we were thankfully able to reschedule for Monday night, that next day at nighttime. So we had our own little mini vacation. I guess that last day, you know, Mitch and Amanda had to work, and so we just hung out, which I think we needed, because we both would have came back and just dug right back into our everyday life of work. And so I think we needed that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
We got a few more hours with you guys in the car.
yeah, that was true. We're back.
So overall, it was a great vacation, like we said. I just want to thank you guys for watching our vlog, or all the vlogs, and we hope you enjoyed this little review. I say a little bit. This is probably like an hour-long review.
Yeah. And the blooper reel.
And the blooper reel that's coming up next. But before we get to that, also thank you, Zach and Hannah, for joining us on this review about your own vacation. But it's nice enough that you guys came on to come talk with us and spend time.
Thanks for having us.
And now I'm going to send it over to you, Jack. Here's Jack with the blooper reel. Good night, guys.
Hi, I'm Jack, and this is the blooper reel.
Hannah, stop me if I look stupid, because I can't really see what it looks like.
Okay, but like,
Jack, first of all, I said Hannah.
Okay. We're going live in 5.
What do they say on the right about CB? What's the quote?
Ready when you are, CB.
Yeah, that's it.
What did they say about CB? Yo, CB, we ready. You are the Falcon.
Your head disappears when you move it in a little bit.
Oh, do it again, Zach. Do it again.
You do it.
Hold on. Am I doing it?
No.
Buddy, lay down.
So we had just gone to Magic. Oh my god. back looks like he has a wide neck.
Oh! What's happening? What's
You're
happening
like
there?
Jabba the Hutt. It's
Is
the wall. Okay.
She's a witch.
She's a witch.
There.
Are you eating a potato?
No, lamb. Lamb. I see it every night.
Every night.
In my dream.
Come on.
Like I'm a floating head.
You're a floating head. So, and our last day was Animal Kingdom. And
Did you hear that, Zach?
what?
He went, Hi everyone, thanks for joining us on this adventure. We hope you had as much fun watching it as we did making it. Make sure you subscribe here for more fun videos.
And don't forget to check out the previous video, which is right here. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and any other social media we have. We'll put the links below for that. Thanks again for watching.